What's up, YouTube? We're out here this morning at Athens by the river for another Gold Prospectors of Michigan event, and it looks like there is a bunch of freshly dug dirt. So that's good. We'll have some new material to go through. Looks like they've dug the pond out quite a bit. Looks like they might still be in the process, but that's awesome. We're gonna have a good day out here. Every time I come here I find good gold. This is all unworked. It's not tailings that we'll be running. This is all fresh ground. So they're filling the pond up. I'm gonna get the gold cube set up once I pick out a spot, and we're gonna run some serious volume today. There's a shovel scoop here. Away we go. There's some good clay on some of these rocks. I'm just taking wash those off on the trommel. Who knows how much gold could be kept in there. That scoop is a little easier to feed the trommel with than that shovel. Everything looks good across the mats. Surprisingly, quite a bit of people out here already so far. So we're all out here just having a good time, enjoying the weather, and finding some gold. After so many trips where I've been exclusively hand panning, I am very happy to get back to using this gold cube and trommel. Hand panning's fun, but that's a lot easier. You move a lot more material. We're probably about a few buckets in now, and thinking about stopping, doing a quick clean out, seeing if we're in an area that's got some decent gold. It's still early enough in the day if I want to shift locations that I could. Here's our first clean out. Just gonna pan through that real quick, speed pan through it, and see if we have any gold in there yet. Pretty decent amount of black sand. I actually see a nice piece of color over there already too, poking out of it. So have a few really nice pieces of color in this pan, so I'm actually in a pretty decent area. I'm gonna stay in this area and work it out pretty hard. I actually found a couple of pieces of lead shot in there too, which I've never found lead in my pan here, so that's got to be a good sign on where the heavies are settling. All right, back to work we go. Hopefully we have some more nice chunks in our next clean out.
Get a bucket and just kind of see what the difference is with black sand.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just wacky.
Yeah, this is an awesome design. Gold trapper. It's a specialty shaped pan with a classifier set up that can go right above it.
Yep.
That's really cool. Gonna do a second clean out here. Ran significantly more material, so make sure we're still on the gold. We'll get washed into the tub and get it into a pan. There's our second clean out. Gonna just get the light stuff off of it. We're gonna make sure we're still on the gold. There we go. Nice and easy to clean all that light stuff off of there. Plus I'm capturing everything just in case I do lose any gold. I'm going to go through it all again later. There's a real nice piece in there. This cleanup's going to be pretty decent too. I have a few really nice pieces of color in there, and a few smaller pieces as well. Not as much as I thought we were going to have on that second clean out, but that one piece is actually pretty big, so I'm kind of happy with that. we're gonna keep going in that spot, and hopefully we'll get back on the gold and maybe in a little bit higher concentration. Back to work. Digging in a different area this time. Gonna see if a different area has a little higher yield. I'm gonna do my third clean out here in a few minutes, and we'll see if that last spot that I was working at is any better than the first spot. I got quite a bit of material moved out of there, so should be a pretty good indicator on this cleanup if I should stay there or not. That's our third cleanup there. Bit of cons, so hand through that. We'll see if this area that we're in right now is any good. We have it worked down. Now we're just gonna walk it on back. Have a few decent pieces in this pan, but not nearly as much as what I was getting in the other areas. There's some finer stuff as well. I'm thinking I'm gonna go back to digging over in that area because my cleanup was a lot better. Either that or I'll try a third area, but I don't know that I'm gonna stay in that area just because of the results of that third cleanup. Really cool to watch it all just flow through the cube. Gonna let that run for a minute, clear out some of the lights, and then we're gonna do our fourth clean out. Then it'll be time for the meeting, get something to eat and get a little bit of water, and then afterwards I'll see if I want to run more, or depending on how I feel, I might call it a day and we'll get home and get this all cleaned up. There's our fourth cleanup. Quite a few cons there. We'll pan that down and see how we did. There are a few specks in there, but it's not as good as our first two cleanouts for sure. So we must have just hit a really good spot to start off and kind of got off of it real quick. So I may or may not, depending on after the meeting how I'm feeling. It's getting pretty warm out here. I may or may not set the cube back up and run a little bit more, but either way we're gonna have gold in our cleanup. We'll get it home and we'll get it cleaned up to the cleanup buddy sluice, and we'll see how much we ended up with total. Okay, I am gonna do one more run. I'm gonna do it out of a different area though, and hopefully have a little bit better luck. So we'll shovel from over here. We'll run for about another 40 minutes, and then we'll do our final clean out. I love this Trommel so much. Makes a hard job easy. Alright, let that run for a minute, and I'm going to clean that up. I'm not going to bother going through it here. I'm just going to get it in my cons bucket, and we'll do the final cleanup at home. There's your cons bucket. Gonna get that back home. We'll get it cleaned up. Okay, we are back at home now. We have a real windy day here. And I got the cons bucket. I'm about to classify it out into this pan, and then we'll get it in the garage. I have the cleanup buddy sluice set up already. I got it circulating with some jet dry, and we're gonna run our cons through on that. So I got the hose here. I'm just gonna wet classify all this stuff through, and then we'll get it in the garage. So that we have it all separated, we're gonna go through this and see what we have for gold. I will go through that afterwards just to see if there's anything in there, but I'll probably do that off camera. I doubt that I have anything that was big enough to end up in that classifier. I would be very pleasantly surprised to be proven wrong though. I have the cleanup buddy sluice set up here with a little tailings pan set up here at the end. I have my cons right here and a little spoon to feed them. I have this water flow set down quite a bit. I always like to start on the low side and go from there. I've used this Cleanup Buddy sluice a few times now, and I have to admit I'm pretty impressed with it, especially for the price. It's been really able to catch the gold that I've put through it, and you don't end up with a ton of, it really does a good job of reducing the cons down. You don't end up with a ton in the pan after you're done. So there we go, just run this through, low and slow, that's the name of the game. Anytime you're running cons, you gotta plan on spending some time, maybe turning on the radio or a podcast, just feeding it nice and slow. So the last couple videos that I did pretty well, and I'm very grateful for everybody. We've gotten well over 1,000 subscribers now, and I was planning on doing a 1,000 subscriber special. So I've been trying to put that together on short notice. I did not think that the channel was going to grow as fast as it did. I'm very grateful for that. It's a good problem to have. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to do the giveaway through Facebook and not through YouTube per se. The last time that I tried to do it through YouTube for the 500 subscriber special, I ran into a lot of scam and spam emails that were trying to falsely claim prizes and all this other stuff. I think Facebook is probably a slightly better platform for that, because I can do direct messaging to the winners. So anyhow, stay tuned for that. Go ahead and go over to the Facebook page, which I'll leave a link to in the description of this video. Go to the Facebook page for my channel and follow that. And at some point here in the near future, I'll be doing a post where I will give instructions for what the giveaway is going to look like. I'm going to let that run for a minute and clear some of the lighter stuff out of those pockets. All in all, looks like so far so good though. We're breezing through. There's a lot of light stuff mixed in with this concentrate, so it's not all super heavy black sand, so it's clearing pretty good. If you think you'd like to order one of these Cleanup Buddies for yourself, there will be a link to Prospector's Dream, an affiliate link, in the description of this video. And if you use that affiliate link, that will give you $5 off of your order with promo code MyMichiganAdventures. I've been very happy with this Cleanup Buddy sluice. There's a few critical features about it that I really enjoy, and I think the option to have AC electricity, you know, just your standard 110 volt to be able to run, I think that's a very useful feature to this. I do love the other cleanup sluice that I have. That one has definitely got its advantages as well, but I think that this is a useful tool to have in the tool chest as well. I still have a little ways to go on this, but I am seeing some gold in here. There's a nice piece there, and a few of those pockets have some nice pieces in them. So what I'm gonna do, actually, since I'm about halfway through, is I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna clean this mat out into a pan, and we're gonna see what we've got in there, and then we'll go through the rest of it. So we'll plug that. We'll kind of move our tailings pan back a little bit. We'll get this pan in there. Pull that. Put the mat into that pan. We'll just tilt it and give it a quick splash. Nice, easy clean out on this. These dream mats clean out really easy. Okay, a couple of times through the water there. Flip it over and we'll just check it on out. Looks pretty good. There we go. Not very many cons in there. That mat doesn't hold a ton, but it does catch the gold. Let me walk that back now. There's like a piece of copper wire. I had this bucket sitting in here in the garage for the week while I was waiting to get to it, and little piece of copper wire. I stripped some wire in here, so a little piece of stripped wire must have fell off the bench into there. Oh yeah, there's some nice chunks in this. About halfway through too, so hopefully there's as much or more in the other portion of the pan that we haven't gone through yet. Okay. That's what I like about Athens, is you never know. It seems like a lot of times I run into some nice chunky pieces there. I have yet to find like a true picker from there. I've seen people find them, but I've myself found some decent sized little specks, flakes, chunks, whatever you want to call them. They're pretty good for Michigan. All right, let me get that the rest of the way cleaned up, and then I'll show that. That's not even with the magnifying lens. You can see all those. Those are pretty easy to see with the naked eye. I'm really happy with that so far. Okay, we're gonna hook this bad boy back up, go through the rest of these, we'll get it all in one pan, and we'll see what we ended up with. Our cons pan is empty now. I just did the last spoonful, so I'm gonna let that run for a second. We're gonna clean that out into this pan, and then this is the other pan that I had that first mat cleaned out into. So we'll see how much gold is in this mat, and then we'll combine them. We'll see all the gold total for the Athens trip in one pan. Okay. That is not very much concentrates at all. So even with the other pan, once we add it all together, that is, compared to what we started with, that is not very much. So let me walk that on back. I can see already there's a lot of fine gold over there in the corner. Oh yeah, a lot of the smaller chunks in this. It does look like there's a few pieces up there, but not as many chunky pieces in this pan as there was in the other one. A couple not so bad ones. Man, that was real quick to go through that. I'll get the magnifying lens when I get it all into one pan so I can show it a little bit better. But there's definitely gold in there, quite a few fine pieces and a couple of nice little pieces too. So let me get the magnifying glass, we'll get it all into one pan, we'll see what it looks like. Well, that was certainly not a bad day for Michigan at all. There's actually some nice chunky pieces in there. I have a whole bunch of fine stuff as well. So I always love going out to Athens. It's always a good time. I always find gold. So I'm pretty pleased with that and very excited that I was able to get back out and run the Gold Cube and Trommel again after a while. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please remember to become a subscriber to my channel. And if you're interested in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, follow me on Facebook for more details to follow. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks.